Chapter 1 of Class 8 NCERT book Crop Production and Management. This is the part 1 of this chapter. Let's move to our topics. First topic is agricultural practices. When plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants grown in a field are that of wheat. Crops are of different types like cereals, vegetables, and fruits. These can be classified on the basis of season in which they grow. India is a vast country. The climatic conditions like temperature, humidity, and rainfall vary from one region to another. According, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country. Despite the diversity, two broad cropping methods can be identified. These are first one is Kharif crop. The crops which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. Examples of these are paddy, maize, soya bean, groundnut, and cotton. Second is Rabi crop. The crops grown in the winter season, October to March, are called Rabi crops. Examples of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseed. In NCERT, there is not a crop, but it is there in on the basis of seasons, which is also known as Zaid crop, which is grown in the summer season. Besides, these pulses and vegetables are grown during summer at many places. So these pulses and some vegetables are the examples of Zaid crops. Basic practices of crop production. Cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time. These activities or tasks are referred to as agricultural practices. These agricultural practices are listed below. First, preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting, and storage. First practice is preparation of soil. The preparation of soil is the first step before growing a crop. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. This allows the roots to penetrate deep into the soil. The loose soil allows the roots to breathe easily even when they go deep into the soil. The loosened soil helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes present in the soil. The organisms are friends of the farmer since they further turn and loosen the soil and add humus to it. Soil contains minerals, water, air, and some living organisms. In addition, dead plants and animals get decomposed by soil organisms. In this way, various nutrients in the dead organisms are released back into the soil. These nutrients are again absorbed by plants. Since only a few centimeters of the top layer of the soil supports plant growth, turning and loosening the soil brings the nutrient rich soil to the top so that the plants can use these nutrients. Thus, turning and loosening of soil is very important for cultivation of the crops. The process of loosening and turning the soil is called ploughing or tilling. This is done by using a plough. Ploughs are made up of wood or iron. If the soil is very dry, it may need water before ploughing. The ploughed field may have big clumps of the soil called crumbs. It is necessary to break these crumbs. Leveling the field is beneficial for sowing as well as for irrigation. Leveling of soil is done with the help of a leveler. Sometimes manure is added to the soil before tilling. This helps in proper mixing of soil with manure. The soil is moistened before sowing. Agricultural implements. Before sowing the seeds, it is necessary to break the soil clumps to get better yield. This is done with the help of various tools. The main tools used for the purpose are ploughing, hoe, and cultivator. The first tool is plough. Plough. This is being used since ancient times for tilling the soil, adding fertilizers to the crop, removing the weeds, and turning the soil. This is made up of iron and is drawn by a pair of bulls or other animals like horses or camels. It contains a triangular strong iron strip called plowshare. The main part of the plow is a long log of wood, which is a plow shaft. There is a handle at one end of the shaft. The other end is attached to a beam which is placed on the bull's neck. One pair of bulls and a man can easily operate the plow. The indigenous wooden plow is increasingly being replaced by iron plows nowadays. This can also be done with the help of a man or the animal like bull, horses, or camels. The second tool is hoe. Hoe. It is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad, and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends and works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. Cultivator. Cultivator. Nowadays, plowing is done by a tractor driven cultivator. The use of cultivator saves labor and time. The second practice is sowing. Sowing is an important part of crop production. Before sowing, good quality, clean, and healthy seeds of a good variety are selected. Farmers prefer to use seeds which give a high yield. Damaged seeds become hollow and thus are lighter. Therefore, they flow on water. This is a good method for separating good, healthy seeds from the damaged ones. Before sowing, one of the important tasks to know about the tool used for sowing the seeds. Traditional tools. The tool used traditionally for sowing seeds is shaped like a funnel. The seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through two or three pipes having sharp ends. These ends pierce into the soil and place seeds there. Seed drill. Nowadays, the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractors. This sows the seed uniformly at equal distance and depth. It ensures the seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. This protects seeds from being eaten by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. Appropriate distance between the seeds is necessary to avoid overcrowding of plants. This allows plants to get sufficient sunlight, nutrients, and water from the soil. At times, a few plants may have to be removed to prevent overcrowding. Thank you. So, this is the part 1 of the chapter crop production and management. There would also be a part 2 of this chapter. Thank you.